So actually, is every single story that's ever been told just one of 7 plots? Plot enthusiast, Professor Jelly here. In the 2004 book, The 7 Basic Plots, Why We Tell Stories, Booker argues that there are only 7 basic plots on which all stories are just variations of. We'll go ahead and dip the proverbial carrot in the proverbial blue cheese, thus getting this thing started. Plot 1. Overcoming the monster. This plot revolves around the hero learning about a great evil and then setting out to destroy it. I really feel like that this may just be the most basic plot. I mean, it's hero finds problem, hero solves problem. A relatable example to you is like, you buy a car and the AC goes out. So what do? You track down the guy who sold it to you and kill him, thus solving the problem. A movie example would be Jaws. You've got the big bad going around terrorizing everybody and 3 Goombas who team up and kick some shark tail. Shark Week coming back. Plot 2. Rags to Riches. This plot revolves around the poor protagonist who acquires power, wealth, and/or a mate, possibly losing it all and gaining it back, but growing as a person during the process. So Cinderella being a classic example, where a poor girl is able to become princess by having a very unique shoe size. Plot 3. The Quest. Simply enough, this is a story about a hero who quests to a distant land to find a person or an object. One Piece would be a good example of this, but it's never actually going to end, so it's kind of disqualified. Plot 4. Voyage and Return. This plot dares to ask the question, what if you took the quest plot and then they came back? Truly an odyssey of a plot. Plot 5. Comedy. What's the deal with all these plots? Who are these plots? This is referring to the classical definition of comedy, as in the Shakespearean comedies, like A Midsummer's Night Dream, where you have a hero and a heroine destined to be together, but some force keeps them apart. But it has the happy ending, with the dark forces repenting, thus letting true love win. Plot 6. Tragedy. This plot revolves around the hero who has a great personality flaw which ultimately undoes them. It can also be thought of as the reverse of the first plot, where the character is the monster. Bonnie and Clyde could be the example of a tragedy where you have a couple who just love robbing banks and they won't stop because they just love doing it. And then they die. Plot 7. Rebirth. Once again, we ask the classic question of, what if we had the tragedy plot, but they stop before they die and they learn? So in preparation for creating this book, Booker must have read like every single text in every single language across the world. And a lot of this information is very similar to like the ideas of monomyth and like the hero's journey. Booker also really unifies a lot of this analysis with the old rule of 3, such as Cinderella's 3 visits to the ball, the 3 little pigs, the 3 times that you can go to a Kid Rock concert and not catch Hep C. However, as many people have pointed out, I feel like that these categories can sometimes be exact fits, and other times seem to be a bit forced. While it is true that a complex story can contain several of these plots in the same book, sometimes they just really don't fit one of these plots. I also feel like it doesn't help that some of the plots are themselves seemingly variations on another plot. Once again, Voyage and Return really just kind of seems to be quest, but then they come back. It also really doesn't help that after he went around saying like, this is my life's work, this is truly my magnum opus, literally the next book that he wrote was about how he thought that asbestos was as safe as baby powder and like mad cow disease doesn't exist. So kind of dropped the ball like right before touchdown, So regardless of the author's sanity, 7 Basic Plots has made a huge impact on the literary world and can be a great place to help you understand and organize plots and a jumping off space to understand like plot in general. The idea of 7 basic plots has also branched out in the various genres, with people creating the 7 basic Western plots and the 7 basic sci-fi plots that try and unify all the stories within a specific genre. This has been Professor Jelly. If you like this video and you want to see more like it, make sure to subscribe. Also, do you think that the 7 plots is real? Or do you think this story is too complex? Do you think that small trolls crawl up in the middle of the night and lick your toenails? Let me know in the comments. It's for tardy. The tardigrade.